Hello and welcome to Wellness 101. So today's segment is about mothers. What does it really mean? So when people say self-care, self-love, self-anything, what are we really talking about? Because it means so much to different people. It's like no defined definition. How do we actually care for ourselves while caring for everyone else first? Where do we find that time to care for ourselves first? If everyone else, we're always putting everyone before ourselves. Am I the only person who feels like caring for yourself means sleep? And why is it only sleep that is? Sleep is never enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. So I hope everyone enjoys their Mother's Day. Back in 2001, I was the person who answered the phone call that nobody ever wants to hear. So the doctor on the other line asked for someone over 18, but there was no one available. So unfortunately, I was the one who had to get the phone call that my mother had passed away in a car accident. So for years, I struggled with denial, being like hoping there would be like some, oh yeah, she's gonna show up and it's just all a lie. It's all a lie. Maybe she'll just appear. And I just didn't believe it, even after the funeral. Like I was the person who was the host for the eulogy and everything. And I don't even know what it meant at the time. I understand that now it was just another phase of denial, which is crazy because I held it together enough to get through that phase. Grief is crazy. But yeah. So I was able to stand there and give a eulogy while standing over my mother's body. So I just want to say motherhood is really, truly something beyond this world. The strength that you have to deal with the kids, the life, if you're a wife, the husbands, everything together, and somehow we always figure out a way to make it work. It's just phenomenal. But I just remember spending so many years confused on what was really happening within me. Like what am I doing? So, coping skills were not. I spent a lot of time quiet for a long time. I spent a lot of time quiet. The day it happened, I went to school. I didn't know what to do, so I just went to school because I was like, if I keep a routine, then everything should feel normal to me, even though finding out, oh my gosh, like I just lost a parent. But yeah, I thought nothing of it, and then I got kicked out of school that day. And then everything was like hitting me because then I was like, oh, so now I have to address the feeling, this is what it is. This is real. It's not denied. You can't deny that this happened. And I had already had a rough time with my mother. So I feel like I had already had a brief moment where I had already grieved the moment. So it wasn't like I felt like I was missing anything. But for years and years and years and years, up until probably like a few years ago, I just used very horrible coping skills, which that's why I want to come in here and say marijuana is not the way. That's not the way. Drugs is not the answer. Pharmaceuticals, the doctor prescribed, is not the way for me. It was not for me. I realized having low vitamin D also aided in having that extremely low feeling. And I wasn't quite sure how to address that, because I'm like, okay, this is a chemical imbalance that I really don't know how to fix. Like, how do I fix that? But yeah, so I guess you just take vitamin D. That was what I had to do to bring myself a little bit up. Also, using a therapy lamp, a mood lamp, or whatever they call it, like a sun lamp. They call it sun lamp when it's like, if you live in Alaska and it's dark all the time for a long time, you get a sun lamp because it helps give you the sunlight that you don't get from natural light like it is today. Beautiful day. But yeah, so yeah, I spent many years trying different coping skills. Nothing worked. And then I wasn't getting sleep. I wasn't taking care of myself. And then, for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna say I got locked up, and sticky sock visit was not fun. So I don't recommend that ever, because that was the moment that I realized, wait, I am the mother. I'm all my children have. So that's when it hit me, like, wait, girl, you gotta get out this slump. You can't stay sad forever. Like, when I realized that I was taking away from my children's, like, my motherhood phase and my children's chance to have an actual mother by being so low all the time, because then they don't have the whole me. It wasn't the me that they deserved. And then I realized, I was like, you know what? I spent all those years in the Army. I wasn't able to be a mother. I wasn't able to be a mother while I was married, because I was so focused on being a wife and doing that right. And so when I realized, you know what? Now that I'm alone, I really can focus on what motherhood meant to me. Now that I'm by myself and I'm understanding who I want to be more, it made me feel like, oh, I'm the mother. It literally hit me to the point where I realized that I'm the mother. This is it. This is the mother that my kids have. So then I started realizing, you know what? I'm wasting a lot of time in life by being depressed, by being sad, by being low. And I started to focus more on, what am I feeling? Journaling helped me do that. Journaling through apps or whatever. You buy a pretty journal and you write in it, and then sometimes you just write to write, and or sometimes you write because you have a feeling, and then when you realize, I'm not a person who likes to reread what I wrote, but I understood that in order to cope with the situation, you can write all you want, but unless you go back and read it, that I really wasn't addressing the feeling. I was just avoiding the feeling by writing it all out and then just saying, I don't have to look at that. I don't have to adjust it anymore. Not a great idea. So it wasn't until I started really going back and saying, what was I actually feeling? What did I actually write? And then reading it and then saying, oh, it clicked. And then it was like, yeah. And then that also helped me get out of the slump, that moment, so I could go back to being mom, like the fun mom that they love to have, because they love when I do goofy stuff, a dance, the going places, random spontaneous things that give my children joy. So I made a pact with myself that, yes, therapy helps, but also the things that I have to put in place so that I take care of myself needed to be more strict. I needed to be more strict about what I wanted to do with myself. And it was like having a boundary with yourself. And I didn't have a boundary before. So it was like, I'm not living appropriately for myself, because then I'm just going. And then I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Yeah, I done wasted a whole year doing what others wanted me to do, or just moving and not actually paying attention to what I was doing. So now I'm actually taking the time to say no. No is a powerful word. And no was something that I didn't want to do before, because people pleasing is really easy. But when you realize that it's detrimental to who you are, that's when you realize, oh, this was never helping me at all. I used to cope by also overworking. Because if I'm working, then I'm focused on something else. I'm not focused on how I feel. I'm not focused on what the kids are doing, what they're not doing. And it was easy to just get money, which is still not a healthy coping skill. So that also required me to learn to stop and say, no, I'm not going to take that shift. I'm not going to come today. I can't do that because I plan something for myself, or I plan something for my children. And a lot of time I would just be what others wanted me to be. But yeah, so okay, neighbors. But yeah, so it took a lot to get out of the slump, and it wasn't just overnight. It's not just now. When I realized that I was the mother, that did just click, but it clicked after more trauma. So it was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna keep having traumatic experiences and then just keep building on top of this traumatic experience, and then more and more and more and more. No. There's that word again. No. Not anymore. I'm tired. Mentally, physically, spiritually tired. And I refuse to do it anymore. So, yeah. If you have a mother, I suggest you call her. If you are not right with your mother, get right. Because it only took one phone call to realize that I did not have mine anymore. If your mother calls, I don't care what you're doing or what you got going on, or if you think you're about to answer the phone. Answer the phone. Every single time. Don't matter. So, because if I had that opportunity to answer the phone if my mother called, I did answer the phone when my mom called, but she was calling to tell me she was coming home. And then the next call was that doctor calling to tell me she had passed away. So, answer the phone when your mama call. Every single time. Get right with your mama. Get right with your parents. Because I don't care. Just get right with your parents. And build moments. Nobody's promised tomorrow. So build those moments. I don't care what you got to do. Oh, mom, let's go to the grocery store. Oh, you want me to shop with you? Oh, every chance you get, take those moments. Because I was so young when she was taken from me that I didn't get to take those moments. But what builds me up these days is having those moments with my daughter. Being able to say, girl, let's do nails. Let's do something fun. I don't care. She don't really care for it, but let's do it anyways. Just sometimes I even tell her, this is for me, girl. It's not for you. And that's the greatest, I feel like it's the greatest love story that could ever be told, is the bond between the mother and her children. Because my moments were stolen away, and I realized that the moments from my kids were almost stolen away. And so you have to realize it could be any moment. So you have to cherish every single moment. But yeah, so today was about caring for yourself, care for your mom, call her, pay for her nails to get done, pay her bill, pay a bill, pay something. Okay? I don't care what we had to do to get y'all out our bodies, but dinner ain't enough. Okay? Dinner is not enough. We don't want to go to dinner every single year. We want to do something else. Do something else. Do something that helps her mentally. Clean up her house. Do something. Take the kids for a day if she got kids. Please. That's all I'm asking. But yeah. So this was Wealthiness 101. And always remember that I love you to infinity. And thank you for watching.